Summertime, summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, summertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummier på, giver hunden snor og synger
Hi there Aries, this is your modern shaman Maria in RainbowLand here with the weekly forecast, which is very exciting. It starts at the 24th and then it goes to the, let me see, that 1st of July. And this is a wild week, one must say, because it's involving Sun moving into Leo, a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse which lasts for 1 hour and 23 minutes. It's wild, and it's on top of our ruling planet Mars that is retrograding, as well as Mercury is ruling retrograde, and we have Venus making a nice aspect to Jupiter in Scorpio and in opposition to Neptune over there in Pisces. That's an age of a lot going on. Just wanted, before I started, to show you this. You know I'm Aries as well, right? So my twin flame, he is. We have almost the same chart. Wild enough, yeah. If you know something about astrology, this is wild. I will make programs about this because it is wild. We're born on the same day, 8th of April. I found this for him. A little Aries, toy Aries. Ohitsujiza is the name of Aries in Japanese. Ohitsujiza. So let's leave the little fella here. So I'm in Esbjerg, and I strongly recommend you see the collective report, because this time there's really something there that you need to see. And I can see that most people don't do it. They see this report, but they don't go to the collective. Do it for your own sake. Today, this week, there's something in there that we all need to remember and be reminded of every now and then, including myself. So, with all the things going on, and by the way, the eclipse is also, I didn't mention that, but I will now, in an aspect to Uranus down there in Taurus. And even Saturn is involved in the aspect settings, so it's making an in conjunction. Oh, I hope that the sound is all right. I know that you will have some people here. We are in Esbjerg, my hometown. I'm back from Tokyo, and here we have the tall ship race. And here I am with my newest design, which was my newest creation. I just made it in Tokyo, but it's not made for the wind, apparently. And I am wearing shorts, if you should think that I'm wearing a little bit too short of a dress. But I'm filming against the light because I can't sit the sun in the face all day. So maybe you don't see me well enough. Well, to the point, what's going on? Okay, Aries. Our planet is moving backwards. It's moving backwards in our 11th house. It has to do with our future. It has to do with something that has not been going as we wanted to, according to the plans that we want for the future. It's about us overcoming them, the obstacles, and seeing what are they, and where inside of ourselves can we change, or where is life forcing us to change. And we have to remember that change only comes if we open up to it, and the things we want to manifest can only manifest if we remove any lower energy, any lower vibration with just blocking it. Because if you have a strong belief that you're not good enough, or that you don't deserve love, or that I can never make money. No, I'm so sorry. Shit. Now we have some music going into the microphone. I hope you can survive that. But that's actually not the only problem, because they may not play it on YouTube actually if there is something else which is from a copyrighted song. So that's going to be interesting to see. I may have to leave this place if it continues, because there's a lot with copyrights here. So I might have to find another frequency. Where's that sound coming from? It's over there in a car. So maybe I will take a break. I might have to do so. So hi there, Aries, I'm back. I had to ask two young boys with a huge mega ghetto blaster to turn it down a notch. I had to ask, like there was a group of rescue people that I thought it was, and it wasn't them, and then finally I had to pass it. You know, very Aries, like over an area I was not supposed to pass to get to these boys, ask a man to take care of a camera, etc. etc. So these can seem like challenging times, because things come out of nowhere, and then we're in the comfort zone, then we're out of the comfort zone, in, out, like these eclipse times are weird times in many ways. And since our planet is moving backwards again in Aquarius, it may be that there's something, because the south node is, this eclipse is happening with our planet very close to the south node of this full moon lunar eclipse. And this means that we have the north node in Leo, with the place where you should, or you are encouraged to express yourself creatively and take some chances. They are risking being yourself authentically, and use that expression and that creativity with Uranus in this T-square over there in Taurus to recreate the way your finances work, to find new and better ways of creating finances for yourself, and new ways to make money in a creative way. And maybe having to let go of some friendships, some circle of friends that you hang around, let go of some old ideas about how the future should be, what should come for you. And maybe it has something to do with your children, or the father of your children, or some father figure, your own father, some authority person, a man, it can be, someone who's, you know, in some way related to your dad. It can also be that this problem or these things that you're dealing with this summer in general has something to do with you letting go of a pattern that you have from your dad. And also this week is very good because we have Venus making a good aspect to Jupiter up there, so it's between your 6th and your 8th house. It can have something to do with, like, if you have a smaller business or something like that, people investing in it, getting some new opportunities within your business financially, and using your creativity to create that and create a stable fundament in new ways, which is going to be going on for the next 7 years or so, because we have Uranus moving through your 2nd house of Taurus, your 2nd house of finances, values, etc. Maybe your values are changing as well. Probably they are to the better. And what else do we have? Yeah, we also have the Venus and Neptune opposition still going on at the beginning of the week. So just again, remember, if someone sounds too good to be true, don't believe them, and necessarily follow your intuition, follow your heart. Because the Leo North Node eclipse, where the eclipse is falling in Leo, where we are always encouraged to follow our hearts. You know, don't follow trends, follow your heart. That's my motto. So we also have Mercury moving retrograde in the sign of Leo, in your sign. So maybe you have something that's like a stop and a go, and a new beginning, or something that's changing, altering in your relationship with your children, or with a romantic partner, or of some sort. And this will not be over until the beginning of September, once it's out of its shadow phase. I believe it's in the beginning of September. What else do we have? Yeah, then we have. Of course, the retrograde is going on in Aquarius primarily, but it's actually going in 28 point something degrees of Capricorn. So maybe your career is very much in the spotlight as well. Some things that, because it's in the last degrees, it can feel like it's in the difficult, but also the most altered parts of your Capricorn, of your 10th house. Then it's maybe, you know, just the final dot on the I, or you know, the last thing that you do in a perfect way with Venus in Virgo. You find ways to do this, but we'll come to that in another week because Mars is not there yet. So maybe I should hold back on telling about that as well. But the thing is that this week will probably be focused upon your finances, how you can improve your finances. And there is a possibility and an opportunity for you to have abundance and have a flow of prosperity coming your way. But as I'm always saying, then you can only do as much as your vibrance. How do you call that in English? What do you call it? Vibrant? Vibration. Vibration in Danish. Sometimes English is very close to Danish. But your vibration level allows you to. So even though you're like, oh, why can't I manifest? It doesn't happen. Remember that this is what the eclipse is also here to remove any blocks. You know, there can be some disputes between your friends and something financially, but try to not, because you can be a little bit strident, you know, and wanting to lash out. So please don't, but try to find out instead. Look inwardly. Take a time for silence. Spend time near a lake or water or something, and you know, ask your inner self which answers there can be, so that you can move, you and your family, you and your loved ones, you and your children, you and your partner can move towards better waters, better places to be in your life, so that you can create that future which hasn't been working for you as well as you would have loved it to be working for you. But again, as I said, it can be something with a father figure of yours that you need to make a peace offering to of some kind. So this was it for this week. Remember, don't follow trends, follow your heart. Thank you for watching, and remember to see the collective weekly report. Your modern shaman Maria and RainbowLand checking out from the Arbor in Esbjerg, where you will also see some footage if you stay tuned. So, welcome to another week with your modern shaman Maria and RainbowLand. This time we're in Esbjerg Denmark at the tall ship race, which has been here a few times. So it's not the first time that you will see all these ships. If you stay tuned on the channel, you will see some coverage that I do where you can see the different beautiful old ships, you know, with flags from which countries they come. They're school ships, so they have a lot of young people with them from all over the world coming here to this harbor, staying here for 3 days. But enough about that. If you continue after the program, you will see them. But this is an exciting week, to say the least. This is maybe one of the wildest weeks of the year, of this year, because we have a full moon, but it's not just an ordinary full moon, because it's a full lunar eclipse. This one lasts for 1 hour and 23 minutes. That is a lot. It's within 1 degree orb, so it's quite extreme, and this may be the most shifting times that we will feel this year. And it's not like it's in this particular point, and if you've been following the channel, you know that there's been so many changes altogether. We had a partial lunar solar eclipse 2 weeks ago, and we've had so many things going on. So as I have been saying all summer, this is no vacation time, because we are forced to change, definitely. And the interesting thing about this eclipse is that it's happening at 4.44 degrees of Aquarius. But I have promised for you guys, to you guys that aren't so familiar with astrology, that I really try to explain what it means when you don't know what the planets mean. Mars is the planet of action. It's our physical, you know, it's our wanting and desiring to do something. It's our self-esteem and, you know, assertive, moving forward, getting things done, etc. But when it's moving backwards, it's not allowed to move forward. So this can cause irritability, you know, and attempts to, you know, suddenly rush out, etc. I've been talking about that for a while, but it will be intensified from now on until the 27th, when it actually occurs. It's in a T-square with Uranus. So this can be sudden changes and sudden shifts, because Uranus is sudden breakthroughs, it's sudden things happening. I hope the sound is okay. I chose to sit with my headphones, the best ones on, so that I am in control of that, the sound doesn't suddenly fall out. the main thing is that this is the collective report. So here I will take the grand overview for all of us, but go into your personal sign and see where this affects you. And know that this is an overall thing. Because the changes that are happening in the sign of Aquarius, so it's important to find out what does the sign Aquarius mean to your sign. Because this is not like, okay, it's only affecting the Aquarius. It's affecting all of us, but in different areas of our lives. That's why I encourage you to go in and see your personal sun sign afterwards. But this report is important as well. Why is it so important? Well, it's important because if we want to manifest things in our life, we manifest through who we are, through the energy that we are. And you can only manifest through the lowest vibration of whatever you send out from your system. So what do I mean by that? By the way, this is a RainbowLand collection thing again. The orange, well, couldn't help but say it. I hope I'm decent. I'm actually wearing shorts, so even though I look undecent, that's it. Okay, so imagine this. You can only manifest what you, first of all, of course, really want at a deep core level. But if you have anything blocking this want, something like, let's say that you want to find true love, but you have a coding inside of you saying, I don't deserve true love, because your mom or dad or someone at school bullied you and said, well, you're too stupid for anyone to love you when you were 10 years old. And it's stuck, but you repressed it because it was too hard for you to feel the feelings around it. Then every time you try to manifest this in your life, that it will come back to you, that thing that is programming you, and block it, because that has a lower vibration, it has a lower energy. Because of course, what we manifest is the highest vibration of joy. You know, if you have anything saying in your system or in your coding, in your whole auric field and your whole system, that says, stop anything that has to do with this because I don't deserve this, then that's why that every time you try to build something in regards to this, it will shut down again, because you have this blocking. So why is it so good when we have the lunar eclipse or the solar eclipses or the big shifts happening in astrology? It's chances for us in our schedule to get into contact with these things and remove them. And so sometimes we need to be pressured out until such an extent that we just finally release and surrender and say, F it, I let go of it now, it doesn't matter. And then your ego, which is actually probably based upon fear, trying to protect you in some way, which is a malfunction, it's not supposed to be there anymore. But the minute you are surrendering to life itself and stop fighting or resisting this change and just say, F it, now everything is so shit, that you might as well just throw it out. That's the minute that the universe can work upon you and let it go. So try to find stability within. You know, if you're searching for stability on the outside, you have to know that you can only manifest on the outside what you have on the inside. So you have to look inwardly, even though our patriarchal society has taught us that everything that can be proven on the outside, that if anyone else can see, is the only really existing thing. For some people it's hard to know, yeah, well, what does she mean by look within? Well, find quiet time, find stillness, find a way to stay in the moment without letting your thoughts take over. The mind is a tool, it's not you. So that's why I'm always opting for meditation or something that can keep you still. It doesn't have to be meditation. I'm always encouraging people to heartfulness because it's for free and there are free volunteers helping you. And that was the best thing for me, but for you it can be something else. But you have to learn to look within if you feel the chaos is too strong, if you feel the abrupt changes are too wild, because Uranus is involved. And you get irritable, but try not to react and try not to lash out too much. this week. It's on the 27th, but it's been building since the last eclipse. You will definitely have felt the irritability around you, within you, and try not to take it too personal, because life is mirroring a lot to everyone. So you're probably mirroring something to someone else, and they're mirroring something to you. So if they lash out and suddenly, you know, say a lot of things to you, oh, you shouldn't do that, and you feel like, well, this has nothing to do with me, then you're absolutely right. So in that moment, don't go into the fight, because that's what Mars wants. It wants to fight. It wants to be, you know, get its anger out, etc. But try to keep it calm, keep it cool, and not react. Meditate, breathe. Take it easy. And if you're afraid because you're like, well, I don't have a plan, I don't know what to do with my life. She's talking about manifesting things that we want, but I don't know what I want, etc. Then don't worry so much about what the plan is. Instead, know that you are the plan. I said that many times before, I know, but I always describe the horoscope as a schedule, as a plan. So there's no need to worry that the plan is not going as it's supposed to. I mean, don't you think that the stars are still having their orbits, cycles as they always did? Nothing has changed since you jumped into your schedule and started this life. It's all good. You have to learn to trust. You know, we've all been programmed to, you can't trust people, oh, you have to be careful, and oh, but that shuts out our hearts. So we need to try to open our hearts and trust this process, trust the process. That's what I would like to say. We wrote the song in 2000, it's a long time ago, was it 5? I don't remember. It's called Ugly Duckling. You know, we have H.C. Andersen in Denmark, the famous fairy tale writer. He's very good. He wrote Ugly Duckling. And if you didn't read it, do it or read it out loud to your children. It's about a swan, what do you call a swan kid? A baby swan, growing up in a duckling's family, so being different from everyone else, and therefore feeling outside, and finally, I won't tell the rest of the story if you don't already know it. Most people do. But so we made this song. It's very appropriate for this eclipse. It was written through very hard times, and it goes like this. There is this angel saying, I'm gonna find my way back home. The secret is love, he said. You've got to lift yourself up. Try again, one day you will break through. What you long for will find you. Through all the hard times. I'm a little afraid to sing out loud because there's so many people here. And I always seem to find a light in your eyes. We fall through sometimes. If it wasn't for the dying glows, we wouldn't feel the fire when it's really burning. All ugly ducklings turn white. So if you listen to the text, the point is that even through the hard times, there's always a light to find. We choose the glasses that we wear actually in the suitcase over there that you cannot see. I have a pair of pink glasses, heart-shaped for my partner, because we are both Pisces, Mercury. So we always like, oh, seeing this purple, you know, this pink world. And people ask me, how can you be so happy all the time? Well, because I chose that my world has a bright perspective, has a bright light. And it is a matter of perspective and choice. So if you are deep within a hole, try to release whatever's keeping you in the hole. Is it your parents that told you that you can only do this or only do that, and that's why you're in the hole? Or why are you in that hole? Ask that question first, and then trust that the answer will come. Trust is the answer here also a lot. Also, like me, you can see I got fear here, because when I sing that part that says through, I actually have to sing really loud, because that's, but I started to do it, but then the fear in me just came in and held back, so I came with an, you know, like through, and then, you know, my voice. So I'm also still, you know, getting shy. I have a lot of Virgo and Pisces, even though I'm an Aries a lot, and Libra. So I know that we are complex beings that has to overcome things, but sometimes it's also just about doing it. I mean, and also the thing about thinking about what other people think. So it's holding you back. That was also what held me back. It was a good example of that, because what does it matter what they think? I mean, if I had just stared, it would have sounded beautifully, and they would probably have thought that, oh, it sounds beautiful. Instead, they heard me like, trying and then getting shy. Well, that's also okay anyways. But just again, remember that, find out if what you walk around saying that you want, that's also the thing this eclipse could also reveal to you, you know, uncover, you know, the highest expression of you. So what is your path? Is it really what you always walk around saying that it is? You know, if you walk around saying that, I'm a professor, and what I want is that everything is in control, and you have to be able to prove everything in this life. Okay, this was an extreme example, but really deep down inside, you know that was just because your father dominated you or your mother dominated you. I'm getting a lot of father thing this time. We also have the sun moving into Leo, the sun being the masculine energy, by the way. And then, but really deep down inside, you're like, well, this professor thing is actually not really me. Well, I love this thing that I'm studying, but I don't feel like everything has to be in control, because I feel like it's blocking me. Then be true to that, you know. Or if it's like, oh, I should have a big family with 5 kids at least because you were, and I should be a family mom, but really you're more the independent type that doesn't want that, then, you know, it's also a time where we can break free of such things. These are extreme examples, but it can also be smaller things that you need to look upon. But first, you have to know that every time you feel fear, that's what I did before when I was singing, don't look for comfort or stability or peace on the outside. Look within and find the peace within. Because it's there and you're like, no, I can't find it, I feel panic, okay. So sit with the panic, accept the panic, and then just overcome it. Then go through it and just know, remember my words, that I know the peace is in there. I know the stability is in there. It's just a matter of you. If you, let's say it's in a big room, and in the back of the room we have the peace, but there's some garbage on the way that you need to let go of, then remember that every time you meet the garbage, maybe fear comes up, oh, but there's no peace, but then it's just like you moving further and further towards your higher self, your higher purpose, the highest expression of you, removing the garbage. So try to trust and don't panic when things are changing now, because a lot of things probably are. So the sun is moving into Leo as well. So this is a joyful thing, right? On the 23rd. And we still have the opposition between Venus and Neptune, but I will talk more about these things in the personal sun signs. I won't say all of it here, because then you won't go into the personal sun signs. And you just go into the channel, you can find it there. I could also just leave a link actually to all the personal sun signs in this report, then you can just go down and click into it. I probably forgot something, but I like to, what I've thought about saying, but I like to just trust the process, because that's the whole point of that. I'm actually saying what I was meant to say in this report, because I just stay in the flow. That's where most things are revealed to us, because we are not in control and we are open in another way. Easy for someone with Venus and Mercury in Pisces to say. But not always easy to have Mercury in Pisces, though, must say. Thank you very much for watching, and remember to go into the personal sun signs, and first and foremost, as I always say, don't follow trends, follow your heart. The air here is so amazing. Next week I'll be at another place in Denmark, a very beautiful place. See you then. Your modern shaman Maria and RainbowLand checking out.
Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummier på, giver hunden snor og synger tra-la-la-la-la-la. Om det regner og sner, eller der sol for øjen, yeah, så bider jeg stille varmt for dig og ønsker dig lykke på vejen. Så nemlig for du vil følges med mig. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste aften til kaffe, der bæller te og kobler hjernen fra til sød musik, der siger da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Om tiden er træ, eller jeg er på farten, oh yeah. Så sender jeg dig tusindvis af kram og tænker på alle de gange vi var på trangen. Vi to fik det væk til en sang. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Sagde jeg til livet, gav slip på tanken, tog ej for givet. Fik det vi troede på, nu er det kommet. Vi skulle samme vej, og jeg kan slet ikke forstå, at du er her hos mig. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Summertime, fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummier på, giver hunden snor og synger tra-la-la-la-la-la. Om det regner og sner, eller der sol for øjen, Der bæler te og kobler hjernen fra til sød musik, der siger da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Om tiden er 3, eller jeg er på farten, oh yeah. Så sender jeg dig tusindvis af kram og tænker på alle de gange vi var på trangen. Vi to fik det væk til en sang. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Og solen skinner på din mand. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Sommer, du er min og jeg er vild med dig. Sommer, sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Sagde jeg til livet, gav slip på tanken, tog ej for givet. Fik det vi troede på, nu er det kommet. Vi skulle samme vej, og jeg kan slet ikke forstå, at du er her hos mig. Nej. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Og solen skinner på din mand. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Sommer, sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Sommer, du er min og jeg er vild med dig. Sommer, sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummier på, giver hunden snor og synger tra-la-la-la-la-la. Om det regner og sner, eller der sol for øjen, yeah, yeah. Så bider jeg en stille bånd for dig og ønsker dig lykke på vejen. Så nemlig for du vil følges med mig. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Og solen skinner på din mand. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Sommer, du er min og jeg er vild med dig. Sommer, sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste aften til kaffe, der bæler te og kobler hjernen fra til sød musik, der siger da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Om tiden er 3, eller jeg er på farten, oh yeah. Så sender jeg dig tusindvis af kram og tænker på alle de gange vi var på trangen. Vi to fik det væk til en sang. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Og solen skinner på din mand. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Sommer, du er min og jeg er vild med dig. Sommer, sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Sagde jeg til livet, gav slip på tanken, tog ej for givet. Fik det vi troede på, nu er det kommet. Vi skulle samme vej, og jeg kan slet ikke forstå, at du er her hos mig. Nej. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Og solen skinner på din mand. Luk den ind, luk den ind. Sommer, sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Sommer, du er min og jeg er vild med dig. Sommer, sommer, sommertime.